Hi, this is Survivor from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to show you how to create your own stamp using some regular craft foam. And I also going to show you too how to create embellishments like chipboard embellishments using any kind of wooden stamp. So for this, and this wood is just scrap pieces of wood that I have laying around in my garage from a bookcase that we're creating. So I'm creating there's a lot of scraps, so I decided to kind of figure out how to use them, and I think I'm going to be using them to make my own stamp. So let me show you how this one stamps, so you can see how well it does take the ink and how well it stamps. So you're going to ink it up and then see how it stamps very nice. And look, that one, I've been playing with it, and even you can do like one and then second generation stamp. See how nice it looks. So let me show you how to do that. So you're gonna need to cut down your craft foam. So I already cut down my craft foam, and this was 1 inch by 7 1/8, almost 2 inches. So I already cut one down, and I'm going to use this shape to kind of cut all my other shapes. So you're going to place it on the piece that you're going to cut and just cut your stamp or your square. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to need to cut double the amount that, so if I want to use 5, if I want 5 of these, then I need to cut 10, because what we need to do, if you notice this one, in order to give you a real good impression, you need to glue 2 pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut all my pieces. I think I'm going to make 6 arrows. I'm going to go ahead and cut 6 arrows, and I'll be back. Okay, so now I got all my pieces here. So I doubled them up, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and glue them. Before I glue them on my piece of wood, and I'm going to go ahead and glue them together. And I'm using a low temperature glue gun. I need to refill it. And then just make sure you kind of put it even, and then press it down. So you're going to do the same thing here. Make sure you place it even it, and then push it down. And I have one last one that I need to place. Okay, and then you're going to make sure that every single layer is adhere well. Like this one is not adhere completely. So you're going to make sure you put some more adhesive. And then if you need to even it out, go ahead and even it out. But pick which one is going to be the best side, the best stamping surface. I think this will be my best stamping surface. Oops, I'm going to use this one. And then this one will be the next. And I might even use the bigger one. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the bigger block. Yeah. I like that better. And then let me make sure that I like the stamping surface. And I do. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adhering down my stamp. So there's one, and then I'm going to create another one. I'm going to use my stamp. So I like this bubble, and I would like to have that as a stamping surface. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp once. And stamp twice. Because I don't really want the hello. I want just the solid surface. So that way I can write whatever I want to write in, underneath it. And the reason why I do it twice is because I want to go ahead and put it twice. I want to make it double height or double layer. And actually I'm going to go ahead and, now that I think about it, sometimes I might want the speech bubble backwards. So I'm going to create one like this, and I'm going to create one with the speech bubble the other way. So let me stamp two more. One. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and then I'll be back and let's put it together. Okay, so I did cut my two pieces out. So one speech bubble is going to be facing that way and the other one the opposite side. So that way I can create, depending where my picture is, I can place this speech bubble. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive. On this speech bubble. Then I'm going to make sure I'm going to place this one right on top. So now that I have both of them here, one of my speech bubbles is going to be facing this way. Okay. And then I'm going to use the same block and adhere my other speech bubble this way. Okay, so let's test this one out. See if I did a good job in mounting this. And there you have it. That looks pretty nice. Now let's look at our speech bubble. And there's one speech bubble and the other speech bubble. So there you have it. So how you create your stamps. Okay. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to create these little chipboard things here. So let me clean this stamp. And this is a good one to use. So you can use any scrap pieces of paper like I have here. Okay, and I'm going to create, I like to create it, let's create it out of this piece of paper. So if you have a nice little pattern that you want to use for the top, you can. And then use any kind of other scrap piece of paper for the next layers. And I usually use 5 layers. So what I'm going to do is, I want to use a brown, or maybe I'll use black. Black will be okay. So let me just ink it up with black. So make sure it's nicely inked. Okay. So that's a nice one. And I'm going to do 2 of these. Okay. And let me just dry it because I don't want to smear it with my hands. So I'm going to take my heat tool and dry the ink. Okay. Now I'm going to take some fine scissors and I'm going to cut these out. So now that I have that piece cut out, I'm going to take some glue and then I'm going to adhere it because I don't want to use this one because I'm going to create more stuff with. I like this texture paper and plus the back. I might use the back too. So I want to conserve that one. So I'm going to use this piece of paper for my layers. And I need 5 or 4 more layers. So I'm going to place this here. And make sure it adheres very well. And usually I use, because I want to make sure it adheres, so I use a block so my hands don't kind of touch it too much. Then I'm going to cut it out. Okay, and then for the next layer you're going to do the same. Bring back your scrap piece of paper. And then you're going to make sure you put a lot of adhesive, especially on all the corners and everywhere. You place this down. Okay. And so you keep building up the layers. See here? Building up my layers. Then I'm going to cut this piece out. Okay. So I got 3 layers here, so I need 2 more layers. And there you have it. So there you have it. Now, the next option you can do is use a little bit of liquid glass. So we can leave that to dry. And there you have it. So this is the way to create kind of like a full chipboard, and then these are how to create your own stamps using foam, craft foam. So I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.